Alrighty, let's go. Welcome back into the Skooshi Sports Podcast, the NRL Round 3 review. Bit of an interesting week, bit of a low-scoring one, if I'm being sort of completely honest. We've talked about PVL ball the first 2 weeks, high-scoring game, especially round 1. But it's really kind of, I guess, what we tend to see with the NRL is these big rule changes, and it gets real, over-exaggerated the first couple of weeks, and then by the time you I think it's generally around 4 or 5, but this year's been around 3, you generally start to see it calm down just a little bit. Not as many 6 against, not as many penalties given away, and then that has resulted in lower points. Obviously, a couple weather-affected games as well, but yeah, just overall a bit of a lower scoring one. And my God, I thought we saw some pretty ugly footy on the weekend from a few teams, and just a couple sort of ugly games overall. But make sure you give this a video a massive like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you go follow all my socials as well, down there in the bio. Go check them out: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all of the above. And without further ado, let's get stuck straight into it. Let's do the Thursday night game. Raiders and the Bulldogs. Bulldogs defeating the Raiders here. This one 14-10 in an absolute deluge of downpours. Now, I get low scoring game. I actually really did enjoy this game. I thought it was a really good defensive battle. Two teams who just looked like who were really wanting a win. But you got to give credit to the Doggies here. Absolute credit. Their defense was stellar. Conceded a try early on, and then to not concede another try for 70 minutes in that sort of weather was pretty darn impressive. I thought Connor Tracy was bog man of the match for me. He was absolutely sensational in this match here. Just looking through stats, Doggies had 91% completion rate in that weather, 41 out of 45. That is going to win you a lot of footy games, especially in the wet weather. Raiders 77%. Raiders, did they bounce back from last week's loss against the Warriors? In a way, I mean, it's the first game at home for the season there, and they came straight out of the blocks. But I said, Doggies really just pulled through, I guess, in the end there. I've seen a few people say it's a bit sort of controversial. Maybe the Bulldogs got the good side of the reffing, that sort of thing. And look, maybe they did, but at the end of the day, they did what they had to do. I think they showed the better defense when, I guess, it mattered. And it was just about, it was 8-4 for a long time, right? In this game here. And it was just really, 8-6 for quite a long period of time, 60 minutes in this game. And it's just sort of going to come down to really who was going to break that deadlock in the last 10 minutes. And it came from a line break from Connor Tracy, and then just came from really good quick play to Paul, and then getting the ball to check, pressing, scored under the sticks in this one here. Also, Doggies kicking a couple penalty goals in their first half as well. The Raiders did survive with their man in the bin with Josh Papali'i, but it just felt, again, similar to I spoke about last week in that first half. Raiders just started to lose their head just a little bit. I know it was only for like a 10-20 minute period there, but in that first half, but they just looked on tilt. They were just losing their cool, losing their edge. Tarpany was trying to put in big shots, and Papali'i tried to put in a big shot, got binned for it. They were starting to give away a few penalties and 6 agains, and they didn't let the game get away from them. But I think it's something they really need to actually improve on in the next few games and for the rest of the season if they want to try and win games, because losing your cool, losing your head is very, obviously we know what sticky can be obviously, but and they've got a big forward pack, but they just generally don't lose their cool, don't lose their head. That was such a big part of last year when they were down at halftime in games and down in the second half. Their ability to come back and just keep playing to their game and just stick to their guns and come back. And the last 2 games, they just really started to show, get on a bit tilt, bit on edge. I don't remember seeing it in round 1 against Manly, even down 14-0 when everything was against them. They just they're like, nope, we've had this before, stuck to our guns, and they managed to pull back and win that one. Just looking at the stats here, 51 tackle breaks for Cam. It's 51 missed tackles for the Doggies here. So you might be thinking, that is a lot of missed tackles. They need to work on their defense. But it just shows the scramble from the Doggies. Scramble, because They just hardly did not give the Rays a really good sniff all bloody night. As I said, I thought Connor Tracy was absolute man of the match. Obviously, scoring a try. I think he saved 2 as well. He saved one on Hudson Young. Hudson Young scores that try, went to go put it down. He scores that try pretty much 9 times out of 10, I think, every day of the week. Just going to go through the play stats so I talk about it more. And he obviously had that try save in East Sanders at the end, who I thought was in for all money. Threw an absolute awesome dummy, and I thought was in for all money there. Noah Martin impressing again, had the most tackles for the game, 44. Thought Tamale was awesome. He had 277 run meters in this one here. How many runs did he have? He was enormous. He had 29 runs, 277 meters, 66 post contact. Obviously had a line break and a try in there as well. 5 tackle breaks. Wow. K.A. Wicks had 11 tackle breaks in this one here. Yeah, look, I don't think there was anyone like massively really disappointing for me for the Rays like in this one here. I didn't think they were bad, but I didn't think they were obviously good enough on the day. You know, scoring, I get it's a good defense, but in that weather as well. But score 2 tries, especially 70 minutes apart, is probably not going to do a whole lot. But that doggies ticker, it just showed a little bit more ticker on the night, I think. So we spoke about Noah Martin, 44 tackles. The other end of it, 6 runs, 49 meters. That's what you're going to get. But those 6 runs are like, looks like he's going to score a freaking try every single time he gets onto the field. But I said, I thought it was pretty impressive. K Weeks over 200 meters as well. Onto the doggies, spoke about Connor Tracy. He was man of the match for me. Scored a try in this one, 24 runs, 214 meters, 38 post contact, 2 line breaks, 3 tackle breaks in this one here. A couple offloads as well. Just those 2 try savers, man, just absolutely saved the doggies on the night. They were huge. Just absolutely massive. I think he got man of the match. He should have got man of the match. Scored that try as well, which that is going to be a big eye opener for teams, because that was Stephen Crichton running around from the left side of the field, running around to the right side of the field, playing as like a fullback. They've obviously seen something either in game footage with the Rays or come up with something. And Crichton got the ball, tried to break through, and just shows us a little offload to Tracy. Absolute beautiful try inside the first 10 minutes. To talk about the doggies, I don't think there was any. I thought like kick out was solid. Like, okay, this is what I want to talk about the doggies, because I get it. They got the win. Everyone was pretty solid all around, but I think they've got a halves problem. They've put up 2 tries here. They've put up 2 tries in Vegas as well. They've put up 29 points in 2 games. I get it. They're 2-0. That's all that matters. They're 2-0. However, they scored 29 points so far in 2 rounds. I think Mitch Woods is about 1 to 2 weeks away, I believe. I think when Mitch Woods is healthy, maybe you give him a couple games in New South Wales Cup. I think you've got to rip that Band-Aid off quicker than people think. I think the quicker you rip the Band-Aid off, the quicker you get him in there, the more time you're going to have to gel together. I think now you've had a whole Bronson Sherry situation happen. I think it's just literally like God was saying something, like the heavens are saying something, to put Matt Burnett in at center, where Anari to put him in at right center where he is. Maybe move Critter back to the left. I'm not sure. Put Mitch Woods in at 7. Put Lockie Galvin in at 6. This attack just doesn't seem to be working with 2 5'8s in the team. You've got 2 people that want to run the ball quite a lot. There just doesn't seem to be like a game manager. And everyone talks about Matt Bennett. Oh, but, you know, like he has these really good like bombs and stuff. Mate, I saw him in Origin. He can still do the bombs from center. If that's all he's good for, then just go to center. Like, he's way better, I think, attacking with the ball at center as well. And I think he can still be a solid defender as well. He had 1 line break. Like, the amount of try assists that he had like last year, I don't think he had a try assist last game as well. Didn't have one here. It's just not enough. It's not enough at NRL standard for mine. And people can say, yeah, but he's a different kind of 5'8". What kind of 5'8" are you looking for? If you're looking for a 5'8" that's absolutely going to run the ball and, you know, create X factor plays, then you need a game manager at 7. But they don't have a game manager at 7. They have a guy that's willing to run the ball as well all the time, and is, 20 years old and has 13 runs with the ball. Matt Burnett has 8. What's that trying to tell you? Like, I don't understand what's what this is all like trying to tell you, right? Like, it just seems pretty darn obvious for me that, as soon as Rich Woods is healthy again, that they should get him into the halves. It just doesn't make sense to me. I think they've got a real halves problem, and I think if they stick to the fact that they're winning games, but they're only scoring 14 points a game, I think it's going to catch up with them to the end of the year, and then they're going to want to put a similar situation to last year where they get Galvin, put him straight in with 10, 12 rounds to go, and they're going to get to finals, and they're just going to like lose in the second round again or something. And I just think if there are any chance of winning the comp this series, they've got the defense. It's proven once again. But I just think they're really missing their attack where they can go and put 30 points, 40 points on a team and really look good. Have that game manager in that team. So, look, as I said, massive shout out to the Doggies. I just think on the night they showed more checkout to go and win this game. Their defense has been stellar, only conceding 24 points. But the fact they've only scored 29 points in 2 games really does raise a few alarms for me when it definitely comes to this team here. 2-0, don't get me wrong. They go down, they go and play. Who do the Doggies play next week? Actually, not coming to mind right now. But actually, let's just quickly check that while I can, because it's just really not springing to mind. They've got the Knights. Look, okay, they should be winning that game there. But as I said, I just don't think the attack is good enough for me there. I just think when Mitch Woods is healthy, they should be ripping the bandit off quicker than they think. On to the next one, Roosters and the Panthers. Panthers 40-4 in this one here. And holy dooly. If we didn't see the Panthers back, not really back, but continue what they've done the last 5 years, then I don't know what has. Because this game here, mate, 4-0 down early after 4 minutes, and I was like, wow, are the Roosters a chance here? I really, really did like Penrith in this game here. I really liked them a lot. And they just kept to their guns, and they just stuck to their game plan, and they just absolutely trampled the Roosters. Absolutely trampled the Roosters. As soon as they got that first try, it kind of reminds me of, what game was it? Similar, in a way, similar to like that Storm Eels game in round 1, where Eels scored the first try of the game inside, 5-6 minutes, whatever it was, even with the man down. And he thought, okay, Eels are in this game. Eels are in this game. And then as soon as like the Eels and now the Roosters conceded that first try, it was just like, see you later. They just couldn't hold them back. Brian Toto probably scored the try of the year. What he did was absolutely absurd for that try. Putting 2 grubbers in for himself, regathering them both and scoring a try was absolutely unbelievable. Shout out also to the Milky Bar Kid, scoring 4 tries in this one here. Unreal effort. I think he's got the most tries so far through 3 weeks. Well, you'd think so. I think he's got 8 tries so far through 3 weeks, which is pretty darn insane. But they're just absolutely trampled. Absolutely trampled the Roosters in this one here. Just did not even give them a sniff. Now, don't get me wrong. I thought Roosters were bloody piss poor in this one here, but like 67% completion rate against the Panthers will just never ever win your games. 88% completion rate, that's just standard Penrith. They just get their sets completed and they just absolutely death by 1,000 cuts. That's just what they do, and it's just what they did. And mate, they are absolutely red hot this year. I just think, I've said it since fucking November, even when they lost that prelim. They'll be back. They have an unchanged team from last year. I think they'll absolutely romp the teams this year. Romp the comp. I think they're minor premiers. I think they'll do the double. I think they'll be minor premiers and win the comp overall for the 5th comp in 6 years. I just don't see anywhere else around it. 8 line breaks to 4, 44 missed tackles for the Roosters. As I said, just absolutely trampled down the Roosters in this one here. Very, very clinical performance. Going 40-0 from the 15th minute mark here. Just so many standouts. Talk about Tom Jenkins. Talk about Brian Toto. I thought Dylan Edwards, yet again, was just unbelievable in this one here. Scored 2 tries, 17 runs, 167 meters, 2 line breaks, 31 post contact, 2 tackle breaks, and offload. Again, just not really a lot of downsides for me in this team. Nathan Cleary, he was solid, just got the job done, what he needed to do. But, like, maybe he's not playing, like, an absolute lights-up footy at the moment where you're like, holy shit, Nathan Cleary is on one at the moment. He's literally just doing what he has to do. He's doing the job in his team, which was resulting in them winning like 26-0. And then who did they beat last week? They absolutely smashed someone last week as well. And then they go and win this one 44. So they smashed the Sharks last week 26-6. And then they would go 40, put 40 onto the Roosters. These are 3 finals teams that we're talking about here. 3 of them. Like you talk about Broncos, reigning premiers. You talk about the Sharks, who are always there amongst it. Finished 5th last year. Got to the prelims. And then you talk about the Roosters, who also made the finals last year. These are 3, meant to be very good teams this year as well, yet again. And Panthers have just absolutely killed them. Absolutely killed them in this one here. I said, not too much to pick apart for the Panthers. I saw Isaiah Papali'i. He looked awesome in this one. That cutout ball that he threw to Tom Jenkins in the corner was spectacular. If he's doing that shit, how do you stop this team? I just don't understand. Isaiah, 69 minutes again, just did what he had to do. Like Liam Martin back on his return was very solid, I thought. I said very solid overall. What I want to check for Blaze Tonga, I thought he was very solid. 15 runs, 127 meters, 28 post contact, 2 tackle breaks, 28 tackles for 1 miss. The improvement from Blaze on his tackling in his defense in the offseason has been marvelous. Absolutely awesome to see. He was awful last year. Nathan Clear had 6 missed tackles in this one. Did he actually really? If I was to be super, super, super nitpicky about Panthers so far, Panthers player, I think Casey McLean's probably had a bit of a quieter start to the season than maybe what we thought. He let in that try very easily to Rob Toy. That was a very poor missed tackle there. 30 runs, 105 meters, the lowest out of the back 5 quite easily. Though others went over 150. Had a line break assist, had a try assist in there as well. Look, he was on that left side with Tom Jenkins, who scored 4 tries. But 14 tackles, 5 missed. I just think it's a bit weird. We know, and I'm talking about Casey McLean with the biggest amount of respect here because of the amount of talent that he has, right? He's 19 years old, making New Zealand teams. Probably one of the most best centers in that game at the moment at 19 years old. I just think he's just been a bit meh for his standards so far, and I'm sure he would say the same thing. I have no doubt he's going to bounce back. Absolutely no doubt about it. Looks like this whole situation with Isaac Tongo, he's going to really have to work hard to get his way back into this team because I'm pretty impressed with Paul Alamotti making that really good break down the sideline in the first half there for that. Dylan Edwards tried, pass off to Nathan Cleary there, but as I said, it's just it was just death by 1,000 cuts, and I was really disappointed by the Roosters. Let's go into the Roosters here, and let's just start with the obvious elephant in the room here, the halves. Okay, one, that was probably Sam Walker's worst game I've seen of his NRL career. I can't think of one that he's worse. He's just dropping the ball. How many errors did he have in this game? Because he just looked like, 2 errors in this one here. I thought so, and he considered a penalty as well. But you look at this whole, wow. From 1 to 7, apart from Daniel Tupou, 3 errors from Teddy, 2 from Pauga, 2 from Toya, 2 from Mark, 1 from DCE, 2 from Walker. That's just not good enough. It's just not good enough, and I got majorly sucked in from that preseason game against the Eels in one half of 40. Shame on me, where they absolutely lit it up. And it looked like Sammy Walker was controlling the team. He looked like he was getting the ball first, and DC was just taking a step back and playing that natural 6 role. I have seen the opposite in the first 3 rounds from the Roosters. It looks like DC wants the ball. It looks like he's controlling the attack. It looks like he's leading the way, leading the direction. And it looks like he's calling the shots. I don't know what's happened. Has Sam Walker got stage fright or something? I don't know what's happened. And the Roosters were poor in round 1 against the Warriors. They were average. They got the win in round 2 against Souths. And then they got absolutely smashed here. Now they got Manly this weekend. Manly are 0-2, 0-2 at home as well, off a bye. And realistically, Roosters should absolutely batter them in that game here. But I don't know. I just don't know what's going on with this half situation here. Thought one standout for the Roosters was Reece Robson here. He played 72 minutes. I thought he was really impressive. 7 runs, 53 meters here. Made a bunch of tackles, 43 tackles. He did have 5 minutes, but that's okay. But my God, I just don't know what to think of this like half situation for the Roosters at the moment here. I thought Connor Watson was solid there as well. 41 tackles in the minutes that he played. Good to see Connor Watson is playing 55 minutes. That is what he should be at least playing, I think, week in, week out. I think Gus Cryan, he was a little bit better, but still meh. Just these centers just got absolutely torn apart. From an Origin center, Toya, they have 4 missed tackles. For Pauga, 5 missed tackles. Sammy Walker, 5 missed tackles. Crichton, 4 missed tackles. We just don't generally see this shit from these players. I thought he was awesome. Like, I thought he was so bloody good considering how poor the team was. 19 runs, 178 meters here. 1 line break assist as well. I get it, he had 3 areas, but I just thought he was like the only sort of spark in attack that the Roosters really had. But interesting, Roosters 1-2 at the moment. They should be beating Manly comfortably this weekend on Thursday, but I just don't really know what to think of that one here. And I don't know what to think of this Roosters attack with DCE and Sammy Walker. I don't know whose keys it is. I don't know who has the keys. It's meant to be Sammy. It's meant to be Sammy's team. But we've been told it's Sammy's team. I have seen like the opposite so far in this one here. Look, you like Sammy Walker, 67 touches to 51 to DCE. So I feel like if it's Sammy's team, there should be a bigger discrepancy between those two numbers there. But yeah. That's just my thoughts so far on the Roosters. On to the next one, Storm and the Broncos. Broncos, 18-14. What a freaking game this one was here. What a comeback as well. We had, and what a build-up. We had Stefano talking shit before the game. Reece Walsh posting on his stories beforehand, responding to that one. When I heard that pre-game, there's a few things that sort of led up to this one. I thought, obviously, Matic dropping Australian centre Shibasaki was a really big indication in this one here. Heading down to Melbourne on the Wednesday, day early for this one here. Just all pointing to signs that they were really focused for this one, that they did not want to start 0-3 whatsoever. Grand final rematch as well. Then Stefano talking shit. And then obviously Reece Walsh kind of hitting back on his socials as well. But from that indication, similar to what we saw, I guess, in the grand final week, right, is as soon as I saw Reece Walsh sort of respond, for me, it meant that the rest of the team knew what was going on. You've got all the shit that's happening at Gordon Tallis. It felt like for a team like the Broncos, it actually played more into their favor because they're just a team that but play on something that really fires them up. Or, could be playing like with that new jersey. Remember that black jersey last year? Obviously, they had the 2006 jersey that they had on here. If there's any little thing that can fire the Broncos up, it'll actually give them a huge advantage when coming into this one. And I just thought Stefano should shut his mouth any other time that they play the Broncos. But mate, I was saying the complete opposite of halftime. 14-0 the Storm at halftime in this one here. I was just like, honestly, it could have been 24, 26, 30-0 to the Storm at this one here. That was even with a try to the Storm right on the bell as well off halftime. It was 8-0 before that. I thought the Storm were absolutely all over them. I was just like, what are the Broncos doing? They just look premiership hangover. They just look absolutely nowhere in this one here. But the main thing for the Broncos, whatever Madge says at halftime is absolutely magic. They came straight out the gate second half. I think there's a Storm error, and Broncos scored off that error with Jordan Ricky. And it was just game on as soon as they scored 3 tries in the first 20 minutes of the second half to take the lead. And then they just held on. What we kind of saw in the grand final, they just held on. And the defense has been a big issue the first 2 weeks. And that defense in the last 20 minutes was absolutely stellar. 72% completion rate. That's so standard from the Broncos. I think that's 31 out of 43. That was probably all in the first half. That first half, they could not get past the third tackle in the set. They were just dropping it. They were trying everything they could, like offloads, passes. They were dropping it everywhere. They just stuck to their guns in the second half. They simplified it, completed their sets. What do you know? They start to put points on. They start to shut down teams. They start to overtake the game. and they go down to Melbourne and win for like the first time in 11 years or something like that there. 84% completion rate from the Storm. Pretty sort of evenish game. Like, obviously, Storm had more run meters, but that was, I'd say, more in the first half, and they're just trying to get points in that second half. There 5-3 line breaks there. Pretty similar missed tackles. The scramble for the Broncos in the second half I thought was really, really good. I'll start with the Broncos here because Walsh here thought he had his moments. The 40-20s that he's starting to kick like almost week in, week out is just such an advantage to this team. Also, we had Adam Reynolds out of this one, so Ben Hunt was into this one. They seem to play better when Ben Hunt's at 7. Now we know Madge has come out and said there's going to be a rotation of halfbacks through the year between Reynolds and Hunt just to sort of give Reynolds a bit more rest. He just can't play week in, week out anymore, which makes you think, why did he decide to continue another year? I'm not quite sure. Obviously, this is his last year in the NRL. Grant Anderson on debut, I thought he was really solid, but Reece Walsh, like only 90 meters, but mate, the impact he just has, 1 line break assist, 1 try assist in this one tackle break, 40-20 there as well. The impact that he just has on his team when it matters, the flicker switch, he was so quiet in that first half and it absolutely turned it on in the second half, I thought. Grant Anderson on debut, most run meters for out of the back 5 for the Broncos here in this one here. Also didn't score a try, but against his former team, 19 runs, 163 meters, thought he was pretty solid. Thought the back 5 was pretty solid for the Broncos in this one here. Thought the half just did their job there as well. But, mate, the fact they only used 2 interchange, they only brought Ben Tolte on and they only used Pierre Kura in this one here as well. Didn't use All Blacks Taffa. Didn't use Jaden Hunt. Didn't need to use Blake Moser. Didn't need to use Shibasaki in this one here. To only use 2 bench players in this one here. Madge came out and said he just wanted his experienced players on the field for as long as possible. And oh my goodness, did it pay dividends. Payne Haas and Pat Carrigan especially were fucking unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable in this game. Pat Carrigan played the full 80 in this one. 23 runs, 169 meters, 64 post contact, 2 tackle breaks in this one here. 1 offload, 43 tackles. I get it, he had 7 missed. I'm happy to allow the 7 missed in a way because he played 80 minutes and he had, 23 runs. He was enormous for the Broncos. Absolutely enormous. Payne Haas, 72 minutes, had a little bit of a spell in the first half there. 19 runs, 178 meters, 70 post contact, 4 tackle breaks, 38 tackles for 1 missed. Super, super, super impressive by the Broncos 4-pack. Even Corey Jensen, what he did in 15 minutes. Unbelievable performance by the Broncos 4-pack. Just got down there, got dirty, got in their faces, got the job done. The most experienced players stepped up when it mattered, whether it's Walsh, Haas, Carrigan. I thought Hunt was good as well. Obviously, Staggs ran that brilliant line as well. Scored essentially the winning try. Very good to see the experienced players step up for the Broncos in this one here. Jordan Ricky obviously scored a double. He was very impressive. 15 runs, 152 meters, 58 post contact, 2 line breaks in there as well. 35 tackles for Jordan Ricky. A guy that was pretty underperforming, I thought, in the first 2 rounds, but good to see him bounce back in this one here. But main thing for the Broncos, how they bounce back. They now have got the Queensland tour. They've got the Dolphins, Titans, I think the Cowboys in the next 3 weeks. How do they bounce back? How do they keep this going? Finally got their first win of the season here. But yeah, still, the first half was a concern. Everyone's going to look at obviously the second half, but that first half was pretty bloody worrisome, I thought. Onto the Storm. Yeah, completely blew it, really. They absolutely killed the Broncos in that first half. Absolutely killed them. They're absolutely all over them like a rash in this one here. Should have been up more at halftime. And, mate, just couldn't get a bloody sniff or anything going that second half. At the start, had a few errors. And just let the Broncos get back into it. And then couldn't score a point in the second half. And for an attack that scored 92 points in the first 2 rounds or something, they're pretty disappointing. I thought Sewell was really good. He's been awesome. 25 runs, 256 meters, obviously scored a try. 1 line break, 9 tackle breaks. He's an absolute menace for the Storm at the moment in this attack and for opposing teams. Look, I thought the back five was okay. I thought Meany had a bit of a down game. Mate, the forwards, mate, Stefano, he has been awesome the first 2 games. But, mate, if you're going to come out and talk shit, fucking back it up. Because the same thing happened in the grand final. He talked shit before the game, and he didn't back it up. Look, he played 61 minutes, but 61 minutes for 10 runs, 107 meters, 48 post contact. Look, he had 44 tackles, but really, 10 runs in 61 minutes? Let's go have a look. Corey Jensen had 50 minutes, right? For 12 runs. Payne Haas, 72 minutes for 19 runs. Pat Carrigan plays a full 80, 23 runs. Mate, Stefano, I was just expecting way better. For a guy I thought he was being really good the first 2 weeks. And then comes out, talks shit about the Broncos, grand final revenge game, and does that. He just went missing. He just went completely missing in that second half when they needed him most. They needed to go forward, and they just couldn't get it. Josh King as well, 9 runs, 72 meters, played 48 minutes. 25 tackles. Like, I know Josh King isn't like Origin caliber or anything, but you've got to expect better. You've got to expect better. Joe Chan, obviously Eli Katoa 2.0. He was spectacular. I thought, especially in the first half, scored a try, 12 runs, 100 meters. 26 post contact there as well. 3 line breaks, 36 tackles, 2 minutes. He is exactly what the Storm are looking for on that right edge. Thought he was enormous. Who else do we have? Alec McDonald, obviously, who was a late out. So Lasati was obviously a late out for the Storm, out 4 weeks now. So Alec McDonald had to go onto the edge. He ended up playing 64 minutes, 8 runs, just 73 meters in this one here. 38 tackles, 5 missed. It was just that second half that just absolutely fell apart. Now, I know they're missing, like Sean Ball still to come back, but I think Aussie missed Lasati in this one here. Moses Leo. Now, I gave all Moses Leo the credit in the world that first game, and he had a bit of a quiet game the second game, scored a really good try. He had 16 runs, 151 meters, but mate, the defense was shocking. This defense on these centers, 10 tackles for 4 missed tackles from Moses, 5 missed tackles from Howarth. Not good enough. Look at these. This is so un-Melbourne-like. 2 missed from Stewart. Didn't even make a tackle. Warbrick didn't have a missed tackle, but these on the wings, like Warbrick and me, didn't have a missed tackle. 5 from Howarth, 4 from Leo, 4 from Munster, 3 from Hughes. 1 from Stefano, 6 from Harry Grant, 1 from Josh King, 2 from Chen, 3 from Kamikamitha. Hey, the wingers are the only guys that didn't have a missed tackle in this one here. Alec McDonald, 5 as well. Like, what? You just don't really see it from Melbourne. I don't know what to think. I think they go up to North Queensland, absolutely feed them one. I think that they put on the cricket score. I would expect a big bounce back, especially after that. That second half was just majorly disappointing from the Storm. I think it doesn't indicate how the first 2 rounds went. I think the first 2 rounds are a better indication, but in that first half even as well. But that second half was just majorly disappointing. So Harry Grant was pretty average in this one here as well. Really couldn't get anything going. Joe Chan was probably the standout and Stewart once again. But yeah, that second half, really nothing happened. I just want to quickly check their errors. 2 from Stewart, 3 from Warbrick, 1 from Howard, 3 from Leo as well, 1 from Meany. I thought Moses Leo had an absolute shocker. See how he bounces back in the next one, but I forget who else is potentially going to be lining up. Obviously, you got Hugo Peel there as well. He can go in the wing, Nick Meany back in the centers, but I don't know. I don't know what to think of that one for the Storm. On to the next one, Knights and the Warriors. Warriors getting win 38-12. My boys, 3-0, top of the table. How bloody good. You absolutely love to see it. Again, conceding a try early on, similar to the Raiders game last week, and then again, just stuck to our guns and just got the job done. This one here, just what I wanted to see from a team that was getting a lot of penalties, a lot of 6 agains in the first half, and then finally Knights going to man in the bin. Warriors just did what they had to do. They scored a try with the man in the bin, but with all the possession that they had, 56% possession of the ball, they just got the job done, did what they had to do. 87% completion rate to 63% completion rate for the Knights. Thought Knights are super disappointing in this one here. And I get it. The rest can come out and say, yeah, Warriors got all the penalties, and 6 agains, 63% completion rate. Like, come on, guys. Like, you can't complain about like all the penalties and 6 agains and have 63% completion rate and say that you should deserve to be in the game a bit more. 15 errors, conceded 11 penalties, 11-4 penalty count. Of course, it's lopsided, but they were like getting run through the middle. Wade Egan was absolutely tearing it up through the middle. We had good go forward. Like, we had the advantage in the forward pack. Think about our forward pack. We've got Jackson Ford, who's the leading Dally M. We've got James Fisher-Harris. We've got Mitch Barnett that comes on against Trey Mooney, Cy Feedy, and Tyson Frizzell. Tell me who's got the better forward pack there and why Wade Egan, a really good number 9, was able to take advantage of that and absolutely kill teams with it. I was really impressed by my boys here in this one here. Mate, let's talk about him quickly. I talked about it every week. And I'll talk about Jackson Ford in a bit, but mate, Tanner Boyd, what in the fuck? Where has this come from? Like, what? He has been unbelievable. Like, tell me if I'm wrong. Has he been the Form 7, even the form player of the comp so far? Like, I'm trying to think, like, I think he's been better than Cleary. I think he's, like, done more than what Cleary does, and this is no stack on Cleary. He's been better than like Nico Hines. He's been better than Izzy Katoa. He's been better than Jerome Hughes. He's been on fire. Scored a try once again. I think that's 3 games in a row now he scored a try. Obviously kicking goals there as well. 13 runs, 125 meters, 2 line breaks, a line break assist, 2 try assists, 4 tackle breaks in this one here. He's on fire. He's controlling it. He's kicking it on a fucking string at the moment. 653 kicking meters. He's told Luke Hansen, buddy, let me do the kicking. I've got on a string. He just tore the Knights apart with his kicking game. He is on fire for this one. And now, it really just puts this massive debate in for the Warriors. If he keeps this up when Luke Metcalf comes back, mate, I'm all for Metcalf going to 6 and Tanner at 7. I just think it's exactly what we're looking for at the moment. A controlling 7 who's got a really good long kicking game, also has the ability to run the ball. I just think if you put Metcalf at 6, and then maybe you put a Chanel Harris Tavita like on the bench as like an impact player, mate, this Warriors team is playing fucking good footy at the moment here. Again, not too many disappointments from the Warriors, I thought, in this one here. Maybe Ali Leitao, like only in 8 runs of 40 meters in this one here. I want to see a bit more. 3 tackle breaks, 27 tackles, 1 miss, which is a big improvement on round 1. Especially coming up against Bradman Best there as well. I want to see a bit more from Leitao, but like I thought the back 5, I thought Tane was really good, really strong. Had a line break as well. DWZ, I thought, just did his job. Roger was really strong as well, I thought. Also, we had no Pompey, so Lecker went to the centers. I thought, mate, for Lecker just to jump in the centers and look like it's like been his position all along. 12 runs, 125 meters, had a line break, scored a try there as well. Going up against Dane Gagai there as well. How many missed tackles did Lecker have in this one? Just 12 tackles, 2 missed in this one, but like didn't let in any points on that right side to Newcastle there, which is really strong coming up against Dom Young and Dane Gagai. It's not like a slouch of a center wing pairing at all. Luke Hansen, Mbop Hansen, I like to call him here. If you get that reference, fucking mint. Obviously good to see him score that try at the end. One of the highlights of the game there for me. Line break assist, got a try assist in there as well. That ball that he put onto Lecker. I get Lecker strolled through, but you still got to throw the pass. You still got to get into his chest. Looks like he just fit in really well, which just shows the game plan the Warriors have, the chemistry that the Warriors have going at the moment, which you love to see. And then here we go. Jackson bloody Ford. No doubt will be leading the Dally M's once again. I'd be shocked if he isn't. And again, now we have a dilemma. What happens with Mitch Barnett's back? You've got James Fisher-Harris here as well. Like, I'm not sure what to even think of it. Like, obviously, it didn't help with Morgan Gannon getting a HIA in literally the first 5 minutes. I hope he's okay. Mitch Barnett played 35 minutes in his first game back. I don't know if that's going to be a consistent thing. Obviously, he's off to the Broncos next year, coming off an ACL. Do you just stick to what we've had so far? Jackson Ford, 80 minutes, played the full game. I think he's missed 14 minutes of game time this year. 23 runs, 238 minutes, 98 post-contact, 2 line breaks, 2 tackle breaks, 44 tackles for 3 missed tackles. I'm sorry, they have better stats than Payne Haas at the moment. Jackson Ford is absolutely on one at the moment. This is so freaking good to see. The main thing from Jackson Ford, okay, he had 2 errors. I think it's the first 2 errors he's had. There's always been the problem of his game, but backing up his really good games. He's come out flying at the gates. He's gone bang, bang, bang. I think last week he went 150 meters. Round 1, he went 200 plus meters as well. Playing 80 minutes in the middle in this one here. He's absolutely enormous. He has been such a standout for the Warriors so far. I'm so freaking proud of him. So happy for him. Aaron Clark scored a try there as well. Ran a really good line. Obviously, Mitch Barnett threw that assist as well. Ball playing, dual front row / halfback for Mitch Barnett in this one here. But again, like to have Morgan Gannon, the switch around, him starting on that left edge, and for him to go out, bow out early. Niokore comes on for 61 minutes, bashes it out. Just really good signs for 30 tackles, 0 missed. Just really good signs. Thought Wade Egan was awesome in this game. He had obviously a little bit of a head knock, but he's okay. He came back on. I don't know why he came back on. Just really bloody happy. Just like so freaking happy. I really hope we keep Tanner there at 7 when Metcalf is back. I think he deserves to keep his spot there as well. On to the Knights. Ugh. Pretty bloody ordinary. Spoke about 63% completion rate or whatever it was. Will not win you many games of footy. The amount of penalties conceded as well. They just shot themselves in the foot. They were pretty bloody awful, I thought, the Knights in this one here. Came right out of the gate, scored a really good try with Fletcher Hunt. It was a really good kick by Tyson Gamble. Knights were on top in the first 10 minutes and then just let the Warriors back into this one and then just didn't even get a sniff after that one there. Who was a standout? You know what? I thought Tyson Gamble looked really good, really threatening in the first 10 minutes, and then just went to absolute crap, I thought, after that. Greg Marzhew, 21 runs, 204 meters, 63 post contact, had 2 line breaks as well, 5 tackle breaks, kind of what you want to see from Greg. Scored a try as well, and back-to-back games. But just a bit meh. Thought Fletcher Hunt really tried. Dom Young was a bit meh. Bradman Best, bit meh. Gagai, under 100 meters run, didn't really do a whole lot. Trey Mooney obviously got bitten near the end of the game. He only had 9 runs for 62 meters. Not a whole lot, 44 minutes. Obviously, he would have played about 49, but still not a whole lot of work that he did in that 49 minutes. Dylan Lucas, he played the full 80, same with McEwen, but these edges aren't really doing a whole lot of impact compared to last year, especially Dylan Lucas. Don't get me wrong, Dylan Lucas is not being bad. He's just not being at the level that he was last year. Both running. McEwen, 80 minutes for 10 runs, 69 meters. And 108 meters for Dylan Lucas. It's just, it was just a bit meh from the Knights. I don't know what to think. It's so hard. I don't want to be harsh, but obviously losing KP, no Fletcher Sharp, no Dylan Brown, losing 3/4 of your spine has got to be freaking tough, right? It's got to be bloody hard. In fact, none of the startings, their round 1 in Vegas, their spine looked nothing like that because Phoenix, sorry, no, actually that's wrong. Phoenix played number 9. But to have Sandon come into the 7 role, Tyson Gamble into the 6 role, Fletcher Hunt into the fullback role, it was always going to be tough, but the defense that backed it up was pretty bloody ordinary. Obviously, the completion rate not good enough. Defense was not good enough. The discipline was not good enough as well for the Knights. Now we've got the Doggies, the best defensive side in the comp next week. Going to be hard. They might have Fletcher Sharp back. They're still going to be without the KP. Still going to be without Dylan Brown. So Don't know what to think. I was so impressed by the Knights in the first 2 weeks, signing 2-0, but that injuries really hurt them. I can't be too harsh, really. I know I may have been harsh. I can't be really too harsh because I said they lost literally 3/4 of their spine from round 1, and it's literally only round 3, which is pretty bloody harsh. KP's not going to be back for 6 weeks. Dylan Brown, 4 weeks. Hopefully Fletcher Sharp's back next week. He makes a bit of an impact on the Knights attack, but man, after that first try, it was just very, very blasé. Didn't really have too much going, but I said can't be too harsh. All right, on to the Sharkies and the Dolphins. 38-10 to the Dolphins this one here, mate. Massive credit to the Dolphins in this one here. They absolutely trampled the Sharkies in this one here, especially in that second half. Pretty, like, you look at the stats, probably a pretty even game. 85% completion rate from the Dolphins, 84% from the Sharkies in this one here. But, mate, the Sharkies attack was just flat. And the Dolphins finally turned it on. Finally, we saw something in that second half there. They're up halftime as well. They're up 16-4. And then, Trindle scored that try early in the second half. And you thought, oh, okay, they're going to work their way back into this one here. 16-10. And then that last, I don't know what happened in that last, freaking, 10 minutes. The Dolphins just absolutely fell apart. This conceded 3 tries in the last 6 minutes. Just absolutely fell apart. 22 points in that last sort of bit there. They just absolutely fell apart. The Dolphins did. The Sharkies Sharkies were well in that game. 16-10. They lose 38-10. I think it was 20-10 with 10 minutes to go. And to lose 38-10, they just absolutely fell off a cliff in this one here. Stats are pretty even when you look at it. I said just completely fell off in that last sort of 5-6 minutes there. Let's have a look at the stats here for the Dolphins. I want you to, for that Osaka try, mate, it won't show you in the stat sheet, but that pass from Izzy Couture, oh my days. Oh my fucking days. That was absolutely absurd. I talked about Atkinson's pass to Val last week. Mate, that was on an absolute string. For him to throw that spiral pass 20 meters, cut out on the chest of Osako, my goodness, there's not too many players in the comp that can throw a pass like that. Not too many sort of disappointments really from the Dolphins here in this one. Not too many disappointments from the Dolphins here in this one from me. I just think they got the job done. Finny Furuaki solid once again. Tom Gilbert was huge in the middle. 19 runs, 174 meters, and 55 minutes. Other forwards, Trey Moody and Di Stefano should be looking at that and going, that's what you do in 55 minutes of footy there. He was absolutely enormous. Back five was really good. You could probably argue the quietest of the five was probably Herbie. He had a really quiet second half. Hadman nearly 200. Osaka nearly 200. Avarilla hit 200 meters. Herbie 117. Kobe 169. You generally do not see Herbie have the lowest amount of run meters out of that back five. I don't even think he was bad. I thought he was really, he looked really threatening in the first half. Obviously had a couple of line breaks, had an assist as well in the first half. He looked really threatening. Just kind of had a bit of a quiet second half. It's a bit unusual. Maxi Plath looked like that's really settled in with him at number 9 there. Lemuelli also scored a try there as well. They just got the job done. The Dolphins just really stuck to their guns for a lot of the game, even when Sharkies were working their way back into it. Stuck to their guns. To only concede 10 points against a good Sharkies attacking team. Considering the defense was really poor last year, it was really poor round 1, conceding 40. Now they've gone and conceded 14 against the Gold Coast and now 10 against the Sharkies. That's got to give them a lot of confidence heading into next week for sure. Avarillo scored a double. Thought he was really strong in this one. But yeah, I was really impressed with Dolphins. This is what we expect from to see from this one here. Now sitting at 2-1, and that was easily their best performance so far of the year. To put 38 points on against the Sharkies, who are generally a pretty strong defensive team. was just really, really good to see. On to the Sharkies now, and I talk about Sharkies preseason, like they've got this team that they've not had a change team now for like 3-4 years now. Like Trindle and Hines have been easily the longest. I unless I'm forgetting someone, has to be the longest duo like of halves that we have going. Like they've been together for 3-4 years now. And then they get better. They go and win like a finals game, win 2 finals games, and then they go smash the Titans round 1. I forget who they played last week. And then they just go and so they got smashed against Panthers last week, and then they just have this performance like to back it up, and you're just like, what the fuck? And now they've got to go down to Canberra next week, which is a pretty tough game on Sunday afternoon, I think. Oh, it was a pretty disappointing performance, really. Like to let in those 3 tries in the last 10 minutes was, I don't know. It never really felt like they were massively in the game. Feels like Ronaldo Mulitali is having a massive, massive impact on this attack. And I didn't think like a wing, a guy like Ronaldo Mulitali could have a big impact. And I get it, culture-wise he is. He's so good. He's just such a good winger, right? But he's still just a winger at the end of the day. Like he's not a Nico Hines. He's not a Braden Trindle. He's not a Blake Brayley. He's not an AFB to this team. But a lot less ballers going left. I get Sam Stonestreet is a pretty good replacement as well. Hardly any ballers going left. That kind of eliminates Cal Era, who's I think one of the best centers in the game. And it just seems like they just love going right. They're loving going right at the moment. And it's just like, AFB, what's happened to him? 9 runs for 91 meters in 59 minutes. That's just not something you expect out of AFB. Hazelton, 7 runs for 56 meters in 44 minutes. Like, what are we playing here? Yeah, they made 40 tackles each, but should be pretty sort of stock center, I thought. It's just like, that was just, I don't know what to think. Like, does your opinion change after the last 2 games for the Sharkies here, especially if they go down to Canberra and lose? There's just the forwards are really disappointing this game here. Like Nikora, 61 meters, Billy Burns, 76 meters, Jesse Colquhoun, 67 meters. Rudolph comes on 88 meters, Kafusi comes on 44 meters. Like what are these? I just don't get it. Very disappointing. Very, very disappointing. And it's not like the Dolphins 4-pack is I don't know if I'd have it top 8, maybe. I think they've got strong edges, but I don't think forwards are anything to really write home about. I just thought Nico was a bit meh, Trindle was a bit meh. It was just a very meh performance by the Sharkies overall. The back 5, not too bad. Kennedy 150, Cattell 129, Ramian 143, Aero 159, Stonestreet 179. But it was just oh god, it's just everyone but Kale Aero missed a tackle in this game. Billy Burns had 5 missed tackles. I would say Teague Wilton came off the bench. He played 28 minutes. I would probably say after that performance from Billy Burns, I'd say Teague Wilton will probably go back to starting next week. But the thing with this Sharkies team is even if they play bad, there's no one massively under pressure to go and take their spot. You can kind of talk about Will Kennedy, but realistically, how many bad games in a row would it have to take from him to put Liam Ison in? A few, I think. Katoa's not going to get dropped. Ramian's probably not going to get dropped. Eero's not going to get dropped. Stonestreet, maybe you can put Hiroti in there, but I think he's been pretty solid, I'd say, the first few games. Trindle's not going to get dropped. You're not going to drop Hines. You're not going to drop AFB. You're not going to drop Brayley, who I actually thought was quite good. You're not going to drop, Hazelton. They're not going to drop Nikora. Teague Wilton probably goes back to starting, and you've got McInnes coming back in round 7. There's not a lot of players who are actually under pressure, and that's... We talk about how good the Sharkies are with retaining the players that had these starting same fucking 17, 19 players every single week. Nothing changes. They don't have injuries. They're kind of good in that part. But it also means the downside. They just don't have any fucking pressure on their players to perform because there's no one there that could potentially go and take their spot. Like, and then I love the Sharkies in a way where I have such high hopes. And I think I had them top 4 preseason, even going one better, potentially this year. It just all seems like it really should be all coming together for Fitzgibbon and this team. And they go put 50 on the Titans in round 1, and then they get smashed against Panthers last week when it's a very good opportunity to showcase what they can do against a top 4 team, even top 2 like Panthers. And then they do this at home, lose by 28 points against Dolphins, who are a top 8 team. But the Sharkies are at about the same level. They were pretty good favorites in this game. I expect way better from the Sharkies in a game like this. One error from each of the back 5 here. AFB had an error. I'm not sure what's going on with AFB at the moment. He's started the season very, very, very slow. Yeah, I don't know what to think of the Sharkies. I think the big test will see how they bounce back next week off 2 losses against the Raiders down there in Canberra. I think that'll be a big indication of sort of where the season is at. Just thinking of the Raiders, the Raiders are 1 and 2, Sharkies 1 and 2. One of those teams is going to be 1 and 3 heading into round 5. So yeah, very big game actually for those 2 teams heading into next week. But yeah, pretty bloody disappointed in the Sharkies in this one here. Next one here, Souths and Tigers 20-16 to Souths here. I did watch most of this game. It was probably a bit off and on. I think I'm kind of glad I didn't have like full in-depth analysis of this one now, because I thought it was a pretty average game from what I was sort of seeing. South came straight out the blocks, humming. They were up, it was 12-0 inside 7 minutes. I was like, wow, this is... Tigers evolved. Cowboys were really bad the week before. Tigers are just up for it. Maybe we're back to seeing the same old Tigers. I thought it could have been a cricket score sort of scoreline after 7 minutes, and then sort of held to a 12-0, and then Tigers got 2 tries right near the back of the first half. Actually took the lead, 8-point try. Latrell got put on a report, 14-12 Tigers at halftime. And then Tigers just put up 2 points in the second half. Now, I know what you're going to say, yeah, the halves got injured in the second half, but let's be real. That was with 20 minutes to go, I think, in that game that Luai went off. Let's be able to have a look, actually. So they still had... He played 66 minutes. So they still had 66 minutes with their halves. Thought for the 66 minutes, their attack looked fucking ordinary. Like, not a whole lot. And I don't consider Souths a massive good defensive side. I just thought the Tigers' attack in general was pretty darn piss poor. They had 84% completion rate to 75%. They had more run meters, same amount of line breaks. They had more, Souths had 42 missed tackles. They had good opportunity in the red zone to go and score, and they just, compared to the week before, just didn't really do it. 16-11 errors in this game. Was a very, very sloppy game from both these teams here. I think bit of a weird one for Souths. Souths were really good round 1, I thought. Pretty average in round 2, and then pretty average here. So, especially performance heading into the bye. Wayne Bennett, I know, is not happy whatsoever. Now I've got the bye. Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe they just need a week off. Maybe they gelled a bit more together. Yeah, it was just I'd say Jai Gray is the only. I'll start with the Rabbit. I studied the only sort of standout for me. I'd say for the Rabbits in this game here. I thought he's just unreal what he can do, especially for his height. He is just a warrior. Scored a try, 17 runs, 142 meters, 31 post contact, 1 line break assist, 1 try assist, 8 tackle breaks there as well. Thought he was absolutely enormous. Thought Latrell had a quiet game. I can get it 10 runs, 141 meters. That did have a big line break in there. 47 post contact. Obviously got put on report there as well. 3 offloads. He just looked a bit meh. Jackie Wyden, letting a try to Makasini. 3 errors. Walker 2 errors. Humphries 2 errors. Garlic 1. Keon 1. Feeder 2. I was just Graham Talfa 3, that back 5 pretty much all had an error, or if not multiple, apart from Jai Gray, who didn't have 1. Yeah, I thought that back 5 was fucking ordinary, if I'm being completely honest. Not a lot of run meters as well. You got 109 from AJ, who's not big known for his run meters, right? 141 from Latrell, Again, same thing, 129 from Whiten, and then you got 112 from Graham Taufer. You need someone going at least 150, if not 200 for South there. Cody Walker, he was awesome in round one. He's just, I don't know what's happened to him in like the last 2 weeks. He's just completely like lost all his touch. To have 17 tackles, 4 missed tackles, 2 errors in there as well. He had 3 errors or 4 errors last week, conceded a few penalties as well. 2 ruck infringements for Cody Walker there as well. Don't know what's happened to Cody. We know how talented he is. He's just like completely lost his cool the last 2 weeks. Humphries, first game back, I'll probably let it slide, but like Keon Totola were pretty solid. I thought in the middle for Fida was really good in the first half, quiet in the second half. Tallis gets his starting opportunity. For him to have 81 meters is pretty unexpected. 35 tackles, 6 missed. Well, I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think. I get they've got injuries again. Now they've got the bye. Maybe they just go, we've got the bye next week. Let's just, we're 2-1 heading into the bye. Probably would have taken it heading into the bye. And they've got a lot to work on. I know Wayne Bennett is pissed. Absolutely pissed. Absolutely livid with their performances. But maybe you just go, scrap it. Like, Jai Great got a HI. He's okay, though. Bit to work on, I think, for Souths. Considering they're a team that we're looking at top 4, definitely top 8 this year. I'm just expecting a bit more. But I guess the good thing is, like, they were scrappy, but they still won. But I thought the Tigers are pretty bloody blasé in this one. The attack was pretty poor. I said, didn't get to watch, like, all of the game. Didn't have, like, deep eyes into the game, but thought it was Dream Buller, 185 meters. Thought he was very solid. 74 post contact, 2 tackle breaks as well for him, and an offload. But obviously, it's unfortunate. See what's going on. The main story is Luai and Dewey going down. Luai looks like he got away with ACL. Looks like he'll be out about 4 weeks or so. I'm not quite sure on Adam Dewey. Actually, let me just quickly check while I've got here the physio Instagram channel. CVs, post anything. Like the Tigers just say it was just like tightness, but he still went off. I think we'll find out a bit more today. In regards to that one there, yeah, I don't see anything on Physio's channel. I'll have to go listen to his podcast. If you don't know NRL Physio, he's literally the guy that like tracks all the NRL injuries, posts really good updates to Twitter, especially. He's got an Instagram channel there as well, which he's really good with, posts really good updates. He also has a channel, Magic Spun podcast, who updates everyone on the NRL injuries, how long they'll be out, that sort of thing. He's really good. Kai Pierce-Paul, 57 run meters, like in 80 minutes. Like, what is going on there? Very much down game from his performance. I think Samuel Afinu is absolutely on fire at the moment, I will say. Only had 82 run meters in this one here, but he still had 31 tackles in this one here. Alex Twal's been really solid as well. Played 62 minutes, 14 runs, 150 meters, 37 tackles, 0 missed. He's probably been one of the standouts for the Tigers so far, I think, this season through 2 games. Terrell May, thought he had a bit of a quieter game. Only 15 runs in this one here for him there. 34 tackles. But I said the big story is going to be how they go next week against the Warriors. They're probably going to have, what's it going to be? Jock Madden at 6. Appy at 7. Heath Mason at 9. Like, that's very unfortunate, obviously, for the Tigers. But just have to probably make do for maybe at least 1 week. Maybe Adam Dewey is okay. But yeah, their star 5'8", Jerome Luai is probably going to be out about 4 weeks, which massively affects them. Move on to Sunday afternoon football. Dragons and the Eels. Eels winning this one 32-20. Now, I'll go through this one really quickly because I actually did not get to watch this one live. I watched like the last 10 minutes or so. I just watched the highlights. Let's start with the main one, that penalty try. Come on, guys. I mean, come on. What are we doing here? Like, what are we doing here? In what world? Like, okay, if you're an Eels fan listening to this, just disregard your bias. That is not a fucking penalty try. Are we being serious? Are we actually being serious when Gutho's clearly coming across and you're telling me he was guaranteed to score that try? Like, with the amount of try savers we see, the amount of held ups we see from fullbacks or any other player these days, you're telling me Jonah Pezzett was guaranteed to score that try. I think you're having an absolute laugh at that one, NRL. The fact that it went up, obviously, I think, no try, I think, was it? But look at penalty try. I just think it's a professional foul. I just think it's a 10 in the bin penalty every day of the week. You know what? Anything could have happened, right? Like, Dragons could have had a man in the bin, Eagles could have scored 2 tries, and you could have put that argument there. But for that to be a penalty try is an absolute joke. Absolute joke. You cannot tell me he was guaranteed to score that try. I think Gutho was coming in for the cover tackle. I don't think he was guaranteed whatsoever that he's going to score that one. I think it was an awful, awful decision by the bunker there in that one there. Obviously, Jermaine Hopgood. Reports have come out. He has torn his ACL, so massive shout out to him. Hope he's okay. He's going to be a massive loss for the Eels. I really like Jermaine Hopgood. I think he's a really solid player. You know, potential Origin. He's played Origin there as well. Yeah, it's gutting for the Eels. That's really gutting, 3 weeks into the season. But stats-wise, pretty even. 80% completion rate for the Eels, 74% completion rate from the Dragons. I managed to finally get those words out. But, like, you look at the stats, like, very even, definitely overall for the Dragons. This one here, like, Eels had 38 missed tackles. Only had 3, Dragons had more line breaks, more tackle breaks, more run meters, more set distance, more kick return meters. They probably could have gone and won this game realistically, but the sin bin killed them. To Ryan Cashman, that was a tackle on Jermaine Hopgood. Dragons are holding on, and the Eels go bang, bang straight before halftime. It's probably killer for them to be up 14-6 and then down 18-14 at halftime. But yeah, the defense was, I still think, fucking piss poor. I'll start with the Eels in this one here. I'm just going to more go through their stats because I said I didn't actually get to watch this game here. Wow. Their back five turned it on. Holy dooly, especially the wing at Simonson. 25 runs, 255 meters, 101 post contact for him, 4 tackle breaks, 1 offload. This is a very good game from Simonson, which you love to see. Semrani, 8 runs, 80 meters. Sean Russell, 136. Fox, 211. Obviously, a lot of that was that break try that he got at the end. Iyongi, bit of a quieter game. 18 runs, 139 meters, 3 tackle breaks for him in this one here. Pezzett, I think Pezzett's been doing really well. Like, considering he obviously had that, he had that try. We'll put it in quotation marks. He also had a try assist as well. Probably doing a bit more than Moses, which is very, very surprising. Probably not what people thought. Let's look at their forwards here. Obviously, Hopgood got injured. Junior Barlow, 100 meters and 55. I'll probably want to see a little bit more. You could look at a guy like Sam Tuivasa, holy dooly, 44 minutes, comes off the bench, 18 runs, 175 meters, 1 tackle break, 26 tackles as well. Compared to Junior Barlow's, like, maybe you should be starting Sam Tuivasa. I'm not quite sure. It's very, very good off the bench, covering for Jermaine Hopgood. Dylan Walker, 41 minutes in this one here, 14 runs, 129 minutes. I love Dylan Walker. I think he's such an asset to this team. 27 tackles for 1 missed as well. Riley Smith, 50 tackles in this one here. Thought both hookers were really good. Obviously, Talented Silva, I think he had an assist and 2 tries in this one there as well. But Jack Williams, 50 tackles as well. Very solid there. I think he ended up starting in the middle. I could be wrong though. Like 10 runs, 93 meters, but you're going to put up 50 tackles. I'm kind of happy to let that slide. Charlie Garmer ended up obviously going in the bin there as well, but 42 meters, like 5 runs and 31 meters, 31 minutes isn't going to quite cut it. 14 tackles, 4 missed. Yeah, he was pretty good. That sin bin he got, that's just really good play by Jacob Little, and there's just really, really shitty play by Charlie Garmer. He knows way better than that. Onto the Dragons in this one here. 0-3 now. They were my pick for the start of the season for Wooden Spoon. I absolutely copped a lot of flack, but I mean, look, they're showing a lot of heart, and then they're just blowing it. They're just absolutely blowing it. They probably had a chance to go and beat the Doggies in Vegas. They had a chance. They were leading against the Storm 20 minutes ago. And then they're leading in this one, 14-6 in the first half, and then just absolutely blew it as well. Gutho, 217 meters. Tuipulotu, 210. It's very good. The back five had pretty solid games. I did hear that Val had a shocker. He had 181 meters, 69 post contact. Giggity, 1 line break, 3 tackle breaks, but 4 errors for Val Holmes. Oh my goodness. Obviously, one of those errors contributed to Fox's runaway try at the end. 2 errors for Gutho, 2 errors for Tui Palotu. That's just not good enough. 8 errors between those two guys. Even Lucci had 2. But I thought the edges are absolutely turning it on at the moment. I will say both had 16 runs, both had around 150 meters, both 50 post contact, both had a couple line breaks as well, both had a couple tackle breaks in there as well. That try that Lucci scored was so freaking good to see. Both had a few offloads in there as well. Lucy missing 7 tackles is not great. Sua missing 4 as well is not great. Blake Laurie missing 4, not great. Josh Kerr missing 3, not great. A lot of missed tackles, a lot of sloppiness from the Dragons defense in the moment. So very interested to see now how they go next week when they play the Titans on Sunday afternoon. There's going to be an absolute barnstormer, as I cannot wait for that game. But yeah, interesting. Very interested. Luch only playing 62 minutes. I'd like to see him play a little bit more. I thought Jacob Little was pretty solid. I probably want to see him play more minutes than 25. I just think he has such a good impact on this team. But yeah, I said I won't spend too much time on this one, guys. Sorry if you're Eagles or Dragons fan listening to this. I just didn't get to watch the game, unfortunately. I don't get to watch the 4 p.m. Sunday game, which sucks. See how the Dragons bounce back next week. We'll see how they go. Like I said, 274, which is okay. But these halves, Daniel Atkinson, I think he had a couple try assists. 2 line break assists and a try assist. So did Kyle Flanagan, put in a nice kick. But then these two have to be doing a little bit more, take a little bit more to gel. I think Atkinson is a 6. I think Flanagan is a 7. So I think there's a mistake there. This like halves combo is just never ever going to fucking change unless there's an injury though, right? That's just never ever going to change. So that's the only thing downside with the Dragons. These halves pairing is not really under pressure. Atkinson's a marquee new signing there. They're going to keep him there. And Kyle Flanagan, with all due respect to Kyle Flanagan, he is the coach's son. And there's usually not a lot of bias like we see Ivan and Nathan, but I see bias when it comes to Shane and Kyle onto Kyle, which is not fair for Kyle. But I think these two have to be a little bit better. Obviously, Val has to be better. Origin Center, 100%. Gutho has to be better as well. But yeah, I think just overall, they just have to be just a little bit better. 0-3, potential starting 0-4. They're going to have an 0-4 team as of next week. Yeah, very, very, very interesting for sure. Cowboys and Titans, final game of the week, 30-16 here on that Sunday afternoon here. I mean, look, Cowboys won this game by 14, but fuck, I didn't think they were that impressive, really. Let's just go through the stats. Holy dooly, 60% possession for the Cowboys. Wow. 88% completion from the Cowboys, 77% from the Titans. Yeah, Titans were just never really going to win this game, were they? Dominated runs, dominated run meters, dominated post contact. Titans had more line breaks, similar amount of missed tackles. Wow. 44 meters average set distance, Cowboys. 31 meters to the Titans. 31 meters. That is disgusting for an NRL side. This should be at least 40. That is awful. That is just no go forward whatsoever. Absolutely whatsoever. That is so bad. So bad. For the Cowboys, like, yeah, they won the game. Did I think they were at the A grade? Nowhere near it. I'd probably give it a B plus performance by the Cowboys here. I thought Drinky, despite all the rumors that he's injured, probably not going to play, probably going to get dropped. Mate, I thought he was probably one of the best for the Cowboys in this one here. Obviously scored a try, 29 runs, 224 meters. That try that he scored, that individual effort was just like, that's the Scott Drinkwater that we know, right? That is the Scott Drinkwater that we know. One line break assist, 1 try assist in there as well. 9 tackle breaks from Drinky. That I said, that's a Drinky that we know and we are used to seeing. Good amount of meterage from there. Back 5 there. Thought Jackson Purdue was unbelievable in this game. Scored a try. Line break assist. 2 line break assists, 2 try assists. So he had a bat on to Murray Talangi for a second, and then, mate, that try assist to Jake Clifford, that last try, that try in the second half, 5 tackle breaks as well. One, I thought he was in for all money, and then he decides to stop, go back on the inside, runs around the back of a player, like not a Cowboys but a Titans player. Play looked like it was done, finds a little gap, and then manages to just flick it off at Clifford. That was just Jackson Purdue was unreal yesterday. As much as it killed me not owning him in Supercoach, which I'll do in another video. 3 offloads as well. Yeah, he was unbelievable, Jackson Purdue. So freaking good. Mate, if Val, I'm kind of forgetting who's like the centers these days, but, well, here we go. If Shibasaki doesn't keep up his form, which at the moment, I would probably say he's not going to get selected for Origin, I would be more than happy to have Jackson Purdue in the centers there. I think he's more than good enough. Obviously, the only question would be probably the defense, but X Factor wise, defense, on attack, I definitely think he is worthy of being a Queensland left center. I think Billy's the type of coach that I'll actually take a chance there as well. Maritalian scored a double. I think he scored 4 tries now in 3 games, which is really good to see. 168 run meters, 19 runs. A lot of runs from the back 5, which is really good to see, especially in your halves. 11 from Jake Clifford, 14 from Tommy Dearden there as well. Jason Tambololo, thought he was awesome here as well. 15 runs, 173 meters, 87 post contact in 51 minutes, which is what you love to see. I mean, I only made 15 tackles in 4 minutes, which is a tiny bit concerning. Helium Lukey, 40 tackles in this one here. 19 runs, 156 run meters in this one here. Thought Sammy McIntyre a bit quiet. Ruben Cotter probably a bit quiet there as well for the 64 minutes he played. But honestly, very solid overall from the Cowboys overall. Like, I mean, just good to get the win off their back. I get it. It was the Titans. See how that now they've got Melbourne next week. That's 2 very, very different sides. We'll see how they back it up, right? We'll see how they back it up. Obviously, Drinkwater should be there. Like, the back 5 should be there. Oh, sorry. Tom Chester probably going to get suspended. Again, that sucks for Supercoach, but whatever. So, I think it's just Layback. We'll just go straight in there. Which is funny because Chester was there in the first place because Layback got suspended. And Chester's been really good. But he had a Barry Crocker, I thought, this game. On to the Titans. Oh, where do you go? Where do you go? Where do you go? Obviously, Jaden Campbell gets the late start in this one here. For the Titans here in this one, I really need to actually get through this pretty quickly. Scored a double, looked pretty good. I thought pretty bit quiet in the second half, but he's just such an asset to this team. You can just clearly see it, mate. If he doesn't score, mate, it's 30-4, like it's 30-6, like, you know, without his 2 tries essentially. Like, it just shows how much of an impact he has on this team. Obviously had that intercept, hence why his run meters are blown up there. But mate, look at these run meters. This is fucking these centers. Fafita 59, Max Fine 55. Ottawaker 68, Tino 84. Like, we're talking about Origin forward pack. We're talking about Fodawaker and Tino, who has played Origin before. Tino is a standout in Australia as well. 9 runs, 84 meters. Mo Fodawaker, 9 runs, 68 meters. Played 40 minutes for Mo, 49 for Tino. What are we doing here? What? That is just ghastly. That is shocking. So bad. So bad. Like, how do you expect to get any good go forward when these are Origin caliber forwards getting 150 meters? 150 meters combined. And you got a guy like Jackson Ford playing the full 80, going for over 230. Like, what? Chris Randall, 29 meters. Fermor, 84 meters. Doesn't look like he's just got any cohesion with his, like, halves at all. Like, it's so disappointing. So disappointing. Cooper Byer only plays 23 minutes, you know, and goes to 64 meters, like the same amount as Mo Fodawaker, but in like half the time. Cleese Haas, I thought he seems to have these really strong runs, it looks like, when he's in the game, but only 55 run meters in 30 minutes. Like, this is shocking. It is really, really bad. Like, Morin, 60 meters in 41 minutes. I can allow that as a pass mark, I guess, but both Fermor has been, like, I think very poor, not linking up with his halves whatsoever with AJ Bramson. Randall's been very poor. I think Adam Mahal, 38 meters as well in 80 minutes. Adam Mahal, 6 runs, 38 meters in 80 minutes, 16 post contact, 1 line break assist. Mate, I get it, he had 44 tackles, but mate, if you've got no go forward, they had 31 meters on average per set. 31 meters. Look at these missed tackles. 4 from Keeney, 1 from Fire Money, 4 from Fafita, 1 from Fine, 3 from AJ, 2 from Fodawaker, 1 from Tino, 5 from Howell, 4 from Fermor, 1 from Randall, 5 from Morin, 1 from Snickens, 1 from Haas, 3 from Campbell. You're not going to win any game. I get it. I get it. They're in a rebuild. But fuck, I just thought new life. They got a new coach. He's going to bring some new positive energy in there. Look like seeing it preseason. They played so well in the preseason. And for them to dish up this shit so far through 3 games, they blew the game last week. They were leading in this game, but they were really never really in it, were they? Cowboys dominated for a lot of it. Fucking disappointing, period. Very disappointing. 5 errors from Keanu Keeney. 3 from Fodawaker. What are we doing here? Like, I get it. Keanu Keeney, look, he had 5 errors, but he got smashed all fucking night. All night, he just got absolutely smashed. He tries his absolute heart out. It looks like he's still such a star player, in my opinion. What are you doing in this game? Still had 22 runs, 180 meters, 89 post contact, 1 line break, and a line break assist, 8 tackle breaks. So he's still threatening. 3 offloads as well. 4 missed tackles, and then 4 errors or 5 errors. It's just not cutting it. It's just not NRL standard. It's just sad to see. It's sad to see. I don't know. Time they got Dragons next week. I don't know what to really think. I really don't know what to think. Yeah, I'm kind of lost for words, really. I was just like, I was just expected better. And I was so excited for them considering how good they started the preseason. And this has just been, it's just been a kick in the guts, really. Like, smashed against the Sharkies. They blew it last week against Dolphins, still not looking that good. And then they looked ordinary from the get-go against the Cowboys. Conceded a few 6 agains. To start it, how many penalties and 6 against did they concede? In this one, 13 errors. Penalties. Okay, look, they had more 6 agains than the fucking Cowboys. So, there's no excuse really at all. Yeah, very disappointed by the Titans in that one here. But, guys, I have to love you and leave it in this one here. I do have to hit the frog in tone and get going. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you go like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you go check out my socials as well. I have my Supercoach review coming out for you tomorrow morning. And then a couple sports recaps. And then obviously the trade room later on in the week as well to give you my round 4 preview. Hot tip for the round 3 review. It was a disaster class. So if you're in Supercoach and you're looking forward to that, and you like seeing me in tatters, yeah, you'll see me in absolute tatters, baby. That was a shit week. But yeah, few pretty ordinary teams I said this week. I thought Roosters, I thought the Storm ordinary in the second half. Knights at Sharkies. I'm going to put Tigers there, Dragons, and the Titans. Very disappointing sides at the moment there. Massive shout out to my WAHS, of course. Top of the table, baby. 3-0, which you absolutely love to see. Then we've got 3 undefeated teams, the Doggies, Panthers, and the WAHS so far. But that'll do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and cheers.